Oi oi, how you doing? Today is Wednesday, the 9th of December 2020. This is episode number 28 of me trading the UK horse races just like you would financial markets. So, let's see what's going on here. A bit earlier today. Got 20 minutes to the off on this one. 12 to 15. So yeah, we've got a nice amount of time on this till the off. And some nice traction. Put teeth in. Some nice price action going on that we can trade off. And I'm here streaming every day on Twitch. It's just Mr. Exchange Trader, and then also uploaded daily to YouTube. So on YouTube as well, there is my playlist, so you can see my progress over the last well, it's been about a month now. So still trading at low stakes. But there's been some nice progress. Just you can look at the playlist to see how things have progressed. So what we got? Favorite here at fours. This has come in. It's met its lows, found support. It's attacking those lows again now potentially. Also finding resistance off of its previous support. Now come resistance in terms of this lower high that we're seeing. Second favourite has come in, but has just been drifting, come into resistance of these previous highs here as well. So it's just stagnating at that point now. Third favourite here has been on a drift as well, producing high lows and higher highs. Pretty much quintessential trend there. It's your textbook trend. This one's been flat. So these three here, second, third and fourth, are all very similarly priced around sixes. So these are just some things I'm just being aware of, not necessarily things to trade off per se, but just things to be aware of. So we have got oh, and also thank you for had some new subscribers on YouTube and also on Twitch as well. So I appreciate your follows. Don't have the names in front of me, but appreciate it all the same. Thanks a lot. So this one, let's see if I can get a reading on what this support level is. So I'm just bringing up the bigger charts here. Can't get an exact reading. I'm guessing it's 3.85, which is this support level here. Just because of where the volume, most of the volume's been matched. So a break of that support could be viable to short. Oh, hang on. Going long on this could be an option as well. So a second favourite. That's sevens. So you can see how it's broken these previous highs here to push a bit higher towards sevens. I'm not going to jump on that just yet. Just see what else there is going on. These two here, well, this has been drifting, this has been coming in, so there may be some inverse correlation between this one and this one. And in fact, I guess in this most recent move, these might have been moving together. So a break lower on this could see this come off of support to move higher. Right, I'm going to focus on, I'm going to keep an eye on this one. A break of 3.8 to see if this bursts through the support and moves lower. And I'm just looking at the corner of my eye for movements upwards in some of these, in these two. So any erratic pushes higher, more, especially if that pushes past sevens. Put something outside money on this. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving, it's breaking. So here's what I'm going to do, try and get a position on this. So just on the touch here, trying to get a short on this because I'm anticipating this could, well, it has inched through its support. I feel there's at least a prospect of it moving lower still. So let's see if we can get a fill. Got filled on that. Just going to see if I can increase it slightly. So got another portion that filled. So I've got a net £6 stake in this. Got to be careful not to be too overzealous, because it is looking like it could be flattening out rather than continuing to find support. But I do have my exits at around support. Yeah. Oh, £12 might be a bit too steep. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. 12 is a bit steep. What did I get in on that? Let's just calm down with the first trade of the day here. I'll hold tight for now. Okay. It's coming back. You can see it's retraced now, just finding resistance at these previous highs. So this could just be the price consolidating, where it comes back down to find support at its lows, or it could be a reversal where it punches, say, above, I would guess that's 4s, to move higher. And I may have been a bit too overzealous with the entries here, because £12 in relation to these stakes is a bit heavy. But we'll see how this goes. What would help this? Would this be breaking 7s, breaking its resistance that we're seeing there? Yes, it's edging higher. 13 minutes to the off. That could have. Has that cut its support? Got to make a decision while I still can before the market makes it for me. But I'm going to try and lighten this position. I'm just not comfortable with the size of this, with the the scope of what the price could do. So just trying to reduce this position size, and obviously that means potentially we've got filled, so there is less risk overall but less profit potential as well. Just need to play a bit of a defensive game in order to preserve capital. It does look like it could be pulling back now. Now that might just be in terms of it pulling back to create a higher low, in the sense of a an uptrend, or it could just be attacking these lows again. I don't know which until it does, but let's just see. 3.9, so 375. Okay, just gonna edge that position out there. So I've moved it from what was an optimistic profit target to a less optimistic around here at the touch, just to reduce that position again. Because effectively the market's not doing what I anticipated. There's still context to it as to how I feel what the probable movement of the price will be. But alas, it hasn't done what I wanted it to do initially. But I can't just be wrong and strong and hold on to that conviction without good reason. So it looks like it's flattening out now to find support, which is why I've tried to take some of this position out. 11 minutes to the off. It's going to move the bottom one up here. So 3.8. Going to move that to the touch as well. Ah, shize. Fuck. Okay, no, I messed up on that one. Oh no, it's because it got filled. Fair enough. All right. No, that's fair enough. 3.85. what I'm trying to do is move up the one that's the furthest out of the money to my new position, because ones that are there already have position in that queue and I don't want to lose that position. So that's why you see me, I mean, I've been using this, but I can also just drag it. So what we are finding support here, finding resistance off of 4s, which is some good context, but it has edged higher than 4s. I'm going to bring this up as well. This bullishness could help the position. Okay, so got everything out, carrying a 16p loss, not the end of the world. I'm going to just quickly see what else I can see here to potentially move on. You know, that is doing what I anticipated it would do from the get-go now, but yeah, it's, you know, it's already happened. So let's have a look at this one. There's two that are catching my eye, which are this one and this one. In terms of this breaking lower and this breaking higher above 7s. All right. So I've put, I'm on the money of both of them. Which is like, okay, I'm going to cancel that one. So, it's flattening out now. Shit. All right. This is punching higher above 7s, which is why I put this position in. But it has started to flatten out. So I just need to make sure, you know, check myself, make sure I'm not chasing too much in terms of you know, the losses that have already been incurred, and just keeping it, you know, sensible trading. So it's a slightly more aggressive, it's slightly, you know, outside of my preferred or comfort zone of time. If you look at any of my other trading videos, but it's not without, you know, it's within the realms of possibility getting matched where I'm at the moment. It's just encountering that resistance, which is where my exit orders are. But at the same time, can't be too greedy. This is moving down by the looks of it, which could help this push out. But yeah, it's best just not to fall in love with a position, because, you know, if you get angry at it and trying to get revenge on it, it will fuck you over. So, okay, got filled on that. So, reduced the loss overall to 5p. So it's a loss to start the day. No major damage. 6 minutes to off. Very similar to yesterday, actually. Started the day on a loss. But yeah, same kind of thing. Basically reduced the loss as well, though. So say la vie. That's one down. Move on to the next one. So we've got 16 minutes to the off here. Odds on favourite. Very short odds on this. It's come in, it's kind of consolidated, it's found support these lows here, so it could be, because of these lower highs that you're seeing here, it could be attacking these lows here, which I'm guessing is 1.2, 1.2, oh no, it's just above it, so it's going to be, you know, 1.22, 1.23. Very high priced, because this is so, you know, these are very short odds. The other ones, it's you know, about 80-90% of the book, I guess, percentage, 80%. So the other ones are just, out of all the selections here, there's about 10. This, in terms of probability, is 80% of that, and the rest are just 20% or thereabouts. So this one here just caught my eye. It does look like it's broken its resistance here. I'm guessing at 20s to potentially move higher. Have to be super cautious trading these such high odds. But what I'll do is I'll use 20 as my reference point, and attempt to take a position potentially to long side. Might have been a bit too late to the party on this. This could have already moved off. But also, you know, shorting this is an option, but it's just smaller movements, because this takes up so much of the book. Smaller movements than this are likely to have bigger movements in these ones, in these higher priced odds. So just a, you know, tick or two down could see erratic moves on these ones. And it's just, you know, you've got to be careful when trading such high odds. You know, there's not a whole lot of money trading on these. It's a bit thin, but you know, the bulk of the money here is 84 grand. This is only 2 grand here. But just, yeah, and be aware of the risks. If, as I've said before, if it goes right, it's down to me. If it goes wrong, it's down to me as well. So I'm not going to blame the market for any mistakes that I may make. So we've got 13 minutes to the off. Does look a bit overextended, doesn't it? What's that gone into? 222 spot 5. Just pierced it. Okay, so might be just trying to steal a tick here. Just have a reorder. No, same order. Okay. Okay, so got filled on that. Put in my exit. Might take out this other one, that might be a bit too steep, so there's a gap in the market. So I'm on the bid and the offer, on the back and the lay side of this at the moment. So looking to get filled on this, but also on this. This one will give me profit. This will increase my position. So yeah, just wait and see. So it's doing what I'm anticipating, in that, you know, extends and then pulls back. So just waiting to get filled, if at all. This has been quite static in its move. It's just finding support. 11 minutes and 20 seconds until the off. So just a waiting game still. So it got filled. Big jump up there, some money came in. I mean, it doesn't have to be much money to move these, because there's not much on, you know, on the book here. But I am showing some green now on this one. Gonna leave this here just because it's a decent position. But again, just need to listen to what the market's doing. Okay, this looks like it could be punching lower. Yeah, so could see another drift on this one, but need to get in at a decent price. So it's that seesaw action as this comes in. one or all of them in aggregate will start to move out, because it needs to, you know, maintain a relatively efficient book as near to 100 as possible. So that coming in, being 80% of the book, has to push other stuff out. Otherwise, it will be a case where, you know, there'll be inefficiency in the markets, and, you know, when those movements happen, it just needs to correct itself. Oh, just saw it was 100% book there for a second. Bloody hell. And you might even sometimes see it dip under 100%, which is obviously a arbitrage opportunity, but that is very it doesn't last for long, put it that way. So yeah, it does happen, but it won't last for long. So I got filled in that other position, just looking to see if I can get a fill. I am jeopardizing my existing profit by trying to do this. This has had a shift out, so need to be careful. It's shifting still. 9 minutes to the off. That's a deep correction. It's not even a correction, it's a reversal. Right. Let's see if I can. Let's just have to cut my losses on this, or scratch this if it lets me. So I gave back some of that profit there, or, well, speaking out of turn there, might not even get filled at this, but let's see what happens here. You can see how they're all correlated. Like I said, it's a relatively small move in this, but look how dramatic the move is in all the other odds. It's a sharp move down in all these other ones, just because of these little movements in this. So they've moved in aggregate in the opposite direction. In aggregate, on aggregate. Get the preposition right. So just number 16 in the queue. And again, it's just this thing. This trading these type of odds really wouldn't be viable with, you know, even 10 times the amount. Even like a 20 quid here would be a very sticky market to get into, because there's no money at these odds. So I might be just not trading responsibly in that respect. But hey, just a different type of market. It's worth getting some practice in. So looking at this coming into its previous lows, potentially hitting resistance. So this could start to fall away, which would see these potentially. Whee, what's going on, mate? What's going on? Oh, had the opportunity there to get out at a lower loss. Now this is going against me. Let me just get a feel for what's going on here. Just hold fire just for now, because this does look like it's seeing some bearish movement. But at the same time, I've got to be super wary of what's going to happen next. 6 minutes to the off. Right. I am going to. Yeah, I don't like the way that's pushing for new highs there. Had to cut my losses there. So you can see another example of where continuing to trade actually ate away at my profits, because I think I was, what, 9p up on that, and I re-entered, took a new position. So the longer in, and you know, it's a loss at the moment. So the longer you're in the market, or you know, the more exposure you have to the market, the more risk you encounter. So 2 losses to start the day, not major, you know, not major losses. I'm not deterred by that, but just need to, you know, make sure, keep in mind in the game. and avoid errors as much as possible. So 25 minutes to the off, 28 grand match. That's reasonable enough. Favorite come in, drifted. Sorry, come in, steamed. Second favorite looks like it's drifted. Third favorite has come in, consolidated, bouncing between support here and resistance here. Coming into its lows, which I think is just above 6, or it could be 6. It's just above 6. So break of that. These two are correlated. You can see the same kind of move comes in and then consolidates, a bit more pronounced on this one than this one, but effectively it's the same. They've come in, they've consolidated. Cursory glance, shorting this looks like an option. Let's just see what reference points I can get. 2.7. Oh, okay, looks like it's breaking its support. Alright, it's a bit tricky because again I can't get accurate readings off of the charts, but I'm going to put in some positions speculatively at what I'm deeming is the resistance as this price potentially moves lower. I'm looking at these others. This is at least, it's kind of drifting. This is potentially breaking its previous resistance. This is at support, so if it bounces off of that, that will all be things that help potentially push this lower, but can't be too overzealous. Still 23 minutes to the off as well, but certainly this is coming in. It just needs to get a good price on it. Just briefly looking off screen. So, and again, if you are watching this on YouTube, if you do want to see this live, it's just on Twitch each day. This is Mr. Exchange Trader on Twitch, and here on YouTube, I upload it pretty much the same day, within a few hours normally. And if you do find this useful, I mean, again, it's really to help me with tracking my train of thought. But if you find this useful, do feel free to like the video and subscribe, and leave any comments as well. So let's come back into fives. It's pierced fives. It could be rolling over. This has pierced its previous support of fives, which is just something to be wary of. That could be a bullish sign for this, potentially moving up. This is still at support. This broke its previous resistance there, so that would have been good to go long on. I'm assuming at around 8, but yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's already happened. Still, this is a very gentle steam as this price has come in. I'm still still partial to being short on this, but I'm trying to get a decent price rather than overpaying for it. So it's a bit of a waiting game. Just have a look at this. This actually looks interesting. Okay. Risky game here. Got 2 positions out on 2 different selections, effectively betting on the same thing, and they're both going to move down. But I've just seen this break its long-standing support, So I'm trying to get a position on it, but at the same time also trying to get a position on this. And you know, any dramatic move could see both of them filled at the same time, which could be a problem for me. You know what, I'm going to cancel that, even though it was a good Q position. These are just, you ideally don't want to see correlation between prices. You want to see inverse correlation or divergence to help give context to the trade. And that did look like it was up turning up. I'm going to cancel these reluctantly and focus on this one, just so my attention isn't divided. Just seeing that start to roll over ever so slightly. It could be just a lower high as this, you know, retraces and then punches lower, or it could be an actual reversal. Either way, what I'm trying to do here now is just focus on this one rather than split my attention and double my risk. So I've got a fill on this, got some skin in the game. I've put my partial exit here and looking to get filled a bit more as well. Add to this position, so I've only got £2 skin in the game at the moment. Could be consolidating. How long we got? 18 minutes. Oh yeah, okay, it's a good chunk of time left. Oh no, hang on, I've only got 2. Let's wait, need to wait for this one to get filled. Yeah, I don't like to put my partial exit in or my full exits in until I've already got an order there. I could preemptively put an order in there, so just so I've got a good Q position in anticipation that could got filled. But yeah, I prefer to get filled first. So I've got £6 net position. It looks like it could be consolidating. So what I'm going to do is just play a bit of defense and put my exit at least for 2/3 of the position, so £4 at support, so at 6s. So rather than have it just for an extra tick, 1 tick lower, that might be a bit too steep. Okay, I'm going to cancel that one. Yeah, I think 6 is enough on this maybe. Yeah, look at that risk. So what was I saying? Yeah, I've put it on support because there's a good likelihood that the price is still going to come into support, but it's not as likely to punch lower to make new lows, especially with 6 being a crossover point. There's a good chance it could just come into 6s again and then bounce. So based on that premise, I have put my exits at those positions. And I've kind of left a £2. I'll put this extra £2 like way out the money in case there's a big chunk of money that comes in and takes it and breaks 6s or whatever. But the idea is just to have Q position on this and then have the final part of it, or a part of it, kind of ready for any erratic moves that I can take out more profit in case that break does happen. Just looking at this potentially has broken its support to move lower, so that could affect this inadvertently, move this out. However, the favorite here is still on a drift, which does help this at least. But I need to be just wary that this could be coming in, especially as it's just broken 5s as well. That could see some more bearishness, which will adversely affect this. But hey, don't want to read too much into it until it happens. but just preparing for what could happen. Does look like it's coming into this previous support here at these lows. Has it passed that? Let me just blow this chart up. No, it has passed that. Mm. 14 minutes to the off, so still you know, quite a while off, and there's been some, you know, some decent activity for it being so far from the off. It's only 40 grand. It feels like it's been more come through, but there's definitely some tradability on this. It's just I haven't been exactly on the right side of it so far. Yeah, but let's have a look. Let's have a look at what can be done. I feel these two are just still, you know, positively correlated. They're just doing the same thing. You know, this move here, pull back, consolidate. I guess this move here, pull back, consolidate. So I need for this to find resistance at this level. So, I mean, if these are correlated, great, fine. But, you know, this is the focus of it, finding resistance here and then moving lower to at least attack those lows again. That is running up. So it's breaking. I don't think the charts are updated. Yeah, so it's just updated. So it's breaking that resistance, moved higher. Maybe we might see some divergence. I mean, certainly in this. Do I want to? Oh, I was tempted to take a second position on this to short this, because that moving up, it has correlated to this breaking lower. So I didn't want to jump on that because I was already in this. So what seems to be happening is this is breaking higher, this is breaking lower, and this is just consolidating. Let me just bring this up a little bit here. Perfectly aware of what I'm doing here is slightly risky, because I'm trying to get a position on this to short it, but I've still got this position open. But what I think I'll do is, if I do get a fill on this, I might just look to take a small loss or break even on that one, or manage both at the same time. I mean, this is one of the things of doing this kind of stuff at small stakes. I can at least, I'm at a level now that I've had a few days of consistency, that I can try a few different things outside of the you know, the normal approach, which could be to my detriment, but yeah, just to be aware of as I said, splitting my attention, doubling the risk but splitting the attention. That's just consolidated so hard for so long at that level. Just not liking it. Not liking it at all, at all, at all. So I'm just trying to listen to what the market's telling me. It's telling me that it's, you know, there's movement on other selections, and this is not showing signs of breaking its support or resistance. So, well, it has the context for me entering the trade changed? Yes, it has. So, just need to react to that. 10 minutes to the off. That's starting to pull in now. This has been a tricky one to read, in all honesty, or at least get on the right side of, because Yeah. Just hasn't been any consistency in movement here, in readability. But still looking to get out of this one, still potentially looking to be short on this one, although just wary now of what the favourite's doing, because this is coming in and finding support. This has come in and it's finding support. So in some ways these two are now being correlated in the recent price action. Oh boy, yeah, tricky one. Just have a quick reorder just to see if anything's moved. Yeah, this is pulling in now. Yeah, I need to be careful of. Oh shit! Okay, I got filled. So I've got closed out on that one. Got some skin in the game on this, but yeah, it could be breaking that previous resistance. So I've taken out that order. I'll take a few pence off on this one if possible. Take that out. Okay, so I got filled on that. So I stole a tick on that, lost a few on that. Looks like I got out sensibly on that as well, because it looks like it's. Oh, hang on, is that punching lower now? It is punching lower. How long we got? 8 minutes to work with. Yeah, I'm not going to jeopardize things further with less time. So 2p net loss on this. What's that? 3-4 losing trades in a row? 3. But I'd still count those as wins. They're well traded in terms of the decisions that I made. You know, the market doesn't always do what you want as soon as you go in, and just been listening to what the market's been saying. The dynamics of it changed. So I have changed my my approach accordingly. Oh, wow, okay, so this is weird. Sometimes it does this with the green up. Basically, it doesn't always evenly divide the profit or loss. So I'll be making between a break even or 3p loss on this. No big deal. But yeah, still protecting capital, so I'm happy with that. So next race we've got here is at 12:55. 17 minutes to the off, 33 grand matched. Feels a bit sleepy at first. It's quite stagnant. There's nothing really moving around. Yeah. God, so the favourite here coming in, finding support at its lows here. Second favourite gone drifted and just consolidated, so bouncing between its resistance here and its support here. Third favourite, similar thing. It's come in though, and it's just consolidated now between support and resistance, viably going into its previous highs there at resistance. 16 minutes to go. Fruitju82 says, seeing that I've been doing well via my YouTube videos, long may that continue. Yeah, me hope so, mate. I hope continues. It's been a bit of a mare this morning. I mean, it's been not too bad. I mean, we've lost three in a row, but like I just said, it's been controlled losses. But yeah, hopefully in the very near future, looking to up the stakes, because I'm starting to show some consistency now. But yeah, hope your training's going well as well, man. We got 16 minutes to off on this. Just seeing what I can read into this. Yeah, this is the thing, because it's been, I think it's been 7 or 8 days that I haven't had a losing day. And the days that I've had, it's maybe been 1 or 2 losses. I think 1 most typically. Today's been the most losses I've had, but they've been relatively small. But yeah, just need to continually check myself just to make sure I'm not getting complacent. and still trading responsibly. At the same time, not being too timid, because, you know, starting the day on a few losses, you might be thinking, oh shit, cursed, fuck you market, like, you know, the world's out to get you. But you know, that might invariably mean that you risk less or just don't take the trades that are there. So it is a balancing point. It is a balancing game of that that greed and fear. Is that punching? Let's have a look on this one. These charts. Just looking at this, might be punching highs. This looks like it could. So it's broken its support. It's gone into this new support. So it's broken this support to make this move, but it's coming to this. So this could be just looking to bounce. And I'm looking at this. It's also in its resistance. So, you know, playing this off support and this off resistance could be a play, but they're quite high odds. This one viably might be breaking its new highs out of this resistance. It's a bit tricky to get an exact reading on a price to determine whether that's the case with these charts, though. So just gonna hold tight until something pops out to me, because it would be very easy to lose money without need to. I'm bearish on this one. I feel that it's going back into its previous lows there. I'm finding resistance off of it. Can't get an exact read on the price though. It might even be punched lower. It's just a laggy chart. Fives, okay. So a move past fives would definitely be a break of its support. So that moving lower could result in one or more of these moving out. Or I could just look to short this. I'm bearish on this. I would like to short this, but I don't. I want to see it break fives first and then pull back to allow for a more conservative entry. Didn't realise that as well. The VIG in this book is a bit high as well. Would like that to see that nearer to 100. It is a waiting game. I keep forgetting what my reference points are on these because I can't read it off the chart, so I have to blow up the chart just to zoom in a bit and make a guesstimation of where it is. But just switching between them, I keep forgetting which what numbers I've determined. So that looks like it was finding some resistance at these highs here, which punched higher and is, you know, attacking these previous highs here at 5.5. So that could just be resistance and it moves lower to come back towards 5 again, or a convincing break of 5.5 might be reason to be long on that. Oh, 10 minutes. Still nothing that I have found particularly easy to read. Nothing that screams to me. I mean, this here, oh, okay, so that punching past its support at 9s might be of interest. This here, this support has held quite significantly. So, keep my eye on that. As many, and it can be tricky just to look at all the opportunities at once. But I'm bearish on that because it does look in this recent move here as it's been, quite bearish. But has it pierced it? Yeah, it looks like it has. All right, this looks like it's drifting. Are you dead, Rodney? Are you dead? So, I am speculating that this is can continue to break its lows, or at least encounter support there. So I've put some speculative orders there on the touch price and just above outside the money. This looks like it could be breaking to make new highs potentially. What was that, 6.5? So I want to touch on this. I have put this here as well, just in case we see some pullback. Again, doubling the risk, dividing the attention. Not generally a good formula, as I keep saying, but I feel that I've at least had a long enough experience doing what I was doing to at least experiment maybe with a few different things, just to move slightly outside that comfort zone. Do have 8 minutes to go, and remember I'm still using these low stakes as well, so that does help. My eyes are just literally darting between these two at the moment. Okay, got filled on that. I'm going to cancel these. Just stagger that exit. So now I need this. This has moved back into its, away from its lows. So I'm anticipating it could find resistance at these previous lows where we've seen previous support. It's running away a bit though. And this looks like it could be breaking 5s. So many things to look at. So this breaking 5s would not help this position, but it finding support would. So if it bounces off, that could be helpful. If it breaks, not so helpful. And it's broken. So just looking to reduce I should have acted quicker on that one. So I'm looking to manage this one and this one at the same time, just to see how this goes. So I've got a fill on that, but I'm looking for this to come back into support still. That is a heavy position. Focus. So £8 net stake on that, 2 on that. Six on this now. 5 minutes to the off. Let's hit some hard resistance there. So I've got some of that come out, that profit. All this work, all this movement is probably going to end up at best break even. So we can get filled on this now. So I've made a decent return on that, but I've been covering a loss on this. So let's see if this gets filled. Otherwise it's going to be, you know, so it's going to be a loss overall. But if this gets filled, then it's just a small profit. We'll just close that out actually. So £88 needs to be matched before I can get out of this position. And price action has probability in my favour, but this has started to come in harder. So may or may not happen. Who knows? It's about 50-50 now in terms of this getting matched at this price. It's moved against me. So 3 minutes to the off. That's coming in harder, this one. At the corner of my eye, it's just moving down very aggressively. So just got to play it defense. There we go. 6p overall loss. So that's a perfect example of where you know, more movement doesn't equate to success, more success. You know, there was opportunity left, right, center. Rather than just focus on one thing and get out of it, you know, manage that profit or loss, profit here, loss here. Me just trying to squeeze more out of the market was to my detriment. But yeah, those are just things to experiment with. At least now that I've got a, you know, like I said, some history behind me. One sec. But I mean, starting out, I wouldn't suggest. I've got, and again, I'm no expert at this, but I mean, I've been doing a similar thing for at least the last, what's this, 28 days. So I'm just trying to bring a few more things into the arsenal, so that can, you know, just have a few things in the toolbox to work with. Didn't work out that time, but who knows? With a bit more practice, it might be something that is a viable approach to trade multiple selections at the same time. But came out relatively unscathed there. Another loss, but let's see what the losses are on for the day today. Actually, just gonna looking off screen real quick. So, is that it? 28p. Oh, okay, that one came in as a break even. All right, fair enough. Still got some to settle though. So last one to settle was the 12.45. 6p. I'm about a 32p loss at the moment, so started with a 6p loss, 22p loss, a break even, and then I think, what did I just say, 6p 4 to 6p, or no, 1 to 6p on the last one. So 32p thereabouts, which is, you know, that could be one trade. So, you know, keep those losses small. Fruit shoot A2 shooting off. Yeah, cool, man. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Take care. So we have got 20 minutes to off. Favorite at threes come in, found support, consolidated, bounced around between support and resistance there. Looks like threes is a good reference point here, so a break of threes could be interesting to go short. Second favorite here is just consolidate, is at its resistance now. A break of that resistance higher, which correlates with maybe a break of this lower, would be a good indication. This has come in pretty hard, just at its new lows here. Looks like it's tapped it twice, struggled to move lower. There's definitely opportunity in this, but let me just see what I can see. 375 is that? Just below it. So I'm guessing 36. Uh, 18 minutes 45 seconds till the off. Yeah, I'm working with a lot of guesstimations on the prices here for the support resistance levels. We'll see what we can do. Didn't even check. 52 grand matched, so yeah, it's good. Tight book. That has punched higher. It's broken its previous highs there. What would help that? It would be this making moves lower, or maybe even this one, or both of them. It could be a fake breakout though. But my thoughts at the moment are potentially getting long on this, but you can see how it's broken its highs there. But it could just be a fake breakout where it's just edged past it and pulls back in. So what I was looking for is confirmation that this is a true breakout and could move higher, which would mean, you know, one of these two breaking lower significantly. Also got this one to potentially short. Alright. Feel this is edging higher. This also is pushing lower. But let's see if I can get some skin in the game on this. Hmm. 16 minutes till the off. Let's just chill a bit on that entry now. Pull that as 2. Okay, got one filled. Does not look, it still could be punching higher. just trying to steal a tick on this, but also have some for potential bigger moves. Okay, it's worked. So I'm just going to try and add to this again. Trying to rinse and repeat, but you know, just can't be too overzealous. So that got partially matched. I'm going to take that out because that'll be too heavy. So I've got £6.46 potentially matched. Well, not potentially. Oh shit! This is moving out hard, isn't it? Fuck. All right. Just going to bring that down. Partial exit on that. Partial match on that additional position there. So 80p left. So that's fully matched now. So it increases my risk overall, but there's good context for this, at least in terms of where the price is now. It's that support. Of course, breaking lower is not going to help me. This continuing to drift is not going to help me. But oh, okay, some of that got matched. So £8 left to back off. Back off to back. 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. Yeah, okay. Oh, so that's broken that support. Just one of those days. So this could be punching lower now. So going to have to adjust my positions accordingly, because this could now be just finding resistance rather than it finding support and moving into it. It could be moving up into it. So I have just reduced my profit expectations accordingly. So yeah, I mean, it's a strong level. These previous highs here, and it's come back into it. Some of these lows here. So you know, a break of it should be pretty significant. But I've just got to play a defensive game. I mean, there's been some experimentation today, but at the end of the day, just looking to make money overall and keep my risk low. So see if we can get matched on this. Okay. So got matched on that without too much drama. I think that's the first profit of the day, isn't it? So 11 minutes to the off. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, what's going on? All right. Okay. Just quickly looking off screen here, so not looking at the charts. So 8p on that last one. So this one here, 20 minutes to your favorite twos, come in, drifted, hitting resistance, previous highs there, so could see that fall away, but certainly break a bit higher, could see the price run much higher. Second favorite, this is also kind of drifted and then consolidated a bit. It's been struggling to move much higher than these highs at resistance here, falling back now into its previous support, these lows here. So break of that lower might be of interest, or it might just be bouncing off it again to attack these highs. This third favorite here has come in and it's just found support at what, 6s it looks like. So maybe a break of 6s would be of interest. So a break and then a pullback of that might be of interest to short this. So let's see what we can see. I mean, the easiest to read just because of the charts and the levels would be this one, breaking 6s. 36 grand match as well. Tight book. It's good enough. It's good enough. Somewhere between 2.5 and 3. So here and oh my god, yeah, that's a shit reference. Here's what it is. Just have a reorder. So this is hitting resistance, this is hitting support. Some good inverse relationship because a break of either of those should correlate to a, you know, erratic move in you know, break lower here would mean a break higher here most likely. Just keep my eye on this one as well for 6s. Problem is I can't get an exact read on what that break of what that high would be, which is annoying. So because I can't get an exact number, I'm just looking for erratic moves really. Up. Maybe 298. 17 minutes see off. So current thinking is break high on this, break lower on this, break lower on this, but just need some confirming factors before attempting that. $16 minutes to the off. Okay, hang on. Oh, I've forgotten what my number was. Reference number. Oh God. Was it? Shit. 298. All right. So I'm slightly preempting a much lower break. Okay, oh, it's already done it. Fuck. Could see a bullish move in here, but I'm just hesitant to do it because I don't have an exact number to go off. I would want to get long on this, but I want to know I'm getting value for money, and I can't read it off of those charts. So got some positions, some tentative positions to be short on this. Still looking for a break potentially on this. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do... So I'm basically saying because of this break low on this, I'm anticipating that this could be moving higher. So I've put in a position on that premise. In fact, I'm going to close those out. So I've got some skin in the game on this. I would like more. I don't want to overpay for it. This money here as well, it could be just, could be fake. It looks like I've moved it down. Chickened out. Just going to readjust this here. So you move their money. It's clearly not serious, but what I'm doing is anticipating that you're going to see some bullish movement, or at least into resistance. So what have I got? 8 so far. So where do I want my closing orders? 1 there. Oh, that might be a bit hefty, mate. £12 net stake. Let's reduce that slightly. So that's what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's make it worth it at least. So, right, first thing is really to see if I can get reduce my position here, because 12 is a bit chunky in terms of a position. £6 left to lay off. I mean, yeah, the amount I was risking there isn't really in proportion to the reward. But, hey. At least I've got a bit more wiggle room on my break even now. It's hard to read because it's not a logarithmic chart, so I can't see this. I'm going to stick with this because, for now at least, let's add a retrace. Can't see if that's meeting support. I'm envisaging this is basically moved in and it's just finding support here, but because I can't read off the chart, I can't determine whether it's broken it partially or what. So I'm a bit blind on this one. I can try and use these, but I mean it's just not enough historic. There's not enough detail in terms of what I'm trying to do. Let's just zoom out. Yeah, it's not. But it is what it is. Got to just, you know, know the limitations and take responsibility. So it is moving up. I'm getting some fills, making some profit, but the amount that I was risking for this reward is out of kilter. But yeah, I mean, profit is a profit. So let me just see what we got next. So 145. Oh, 30 minutes to off. Bloody hell. How much longer did I have on that last one? 10 minutes. So the distance between these is getting more. Oh. Yeah, okay. Let me just assess what I've done so far. So I'm just looking off screen now. So what have we got coming in? Let's call that 8p, 10p, that's 18. So start with a loss of 6p, then a loss of 22p, then a break even, then a loss of 4p, and then I've got some profits coming in which total to 18p. What did I say? So that's 32. So it's about minus 14p on the day. But we've got 28 minutes till the next race here. Okay. So I'm just going to go on mute for a sec. I just need to attend to something real quick, but I will be back.
This event has been suspended.
Right, sorry about that. Just dealing with some work emails there, but back on it now. So had a bit of time tick down there, fortunately. So we've got 21 minutes to the off now, and that could be an important lesson, really. Just you know, rather than force a trade, or you know, like I done the other day, just wait around and watch things for too long, where that can be detrimental. Maybe just step away, or you know, do something else and come back when there's more you know, it's more suited to the conditions that you're looking for. But let's have a look at the task at hand now. So we've got a odds on favourite, more or less. Well, it's odds on twos at the moment. It's come in, it's steamed, but again, it's a bit hard to read off this chart, but I can tell it's, you know, it's steamed in. It has punched lower than break even, than twos. So second favourite here has drifted and has pulled back now. Doesn't look like it's finding support of any specific level. Maybe these previous highs here. It's just encountering at the moment. This third favourite has drifted, as has this fourth favourite. Just had a quick reorder there. So in terms of readability, this looks like the easiest to read, because I can just see tens. It's found support off of tens and has moved higher. This has also found support off of tens and has moved higher. And this has come in. So this moving in further past two specifically will be likely seeing these drift either individually or on aggregate. So let me see what we can muster up here. I am partial to, just don't want to jump on it too early. I am partial to being long on one of these. So taking a position here, got some skin in the game on this one at what's this, at tens, so very high odds. Again, I need to be thinking, if I was using bigger stakes, would this trade be viable? Probably up to about 20 quid, 10, 20 quid maybe. It would just reduce my position size on these. But I'm anticipating that this could just, it's found support here, could be attacking these highs, or potentially, you know, to find resistance, or potentially punch higher. So, have got some skin in the game. Now, do I want to? Yes, a bit steepy there. I'm going to push this down. I'm happy to take another position. I have to be wary as well that these higher odds, each tick is going to be worth more, so there is more risk using the same stakes overall. But this is pushed up, which isn't going to help this. Should be careful that doesn't break that support. So I'll maintain this position, because I feel that there's still enough context for this to push to those highs, or at least find support here. But this moving up is not going to help, you know, my position in the anticipation that this is going to punch to make new highs. So I just need to listen to what the market's saying, and as always, just react based on what I'm seeing, rather than, you know, what I'm feeling, or staying too. Yes, it's just about not being too strong in your convictions. Have an opinion when, you know, going into the market as to what could happen, but if those conditions change, don't be frightened to change your decision, change your point of view to accommodate what you're seeing. So I'm on a touch here. There's a gap in the market there as well, which just shows some of the liquidity in this, but it is high odds, so that is to be anticipated. This looks like it could be pulling back in ever so slightly. Still okay.
This event has been suspended.
Still okay with the price action here, although could be punching lower. Let me just break even on that if it lets me. It looks like it's pierced that support, which is not a good sign because I am looking to be long on this. Yeah, I'm just looking at this here, pushing past that support. So I've moved down my take profit another tick. This could be, an easy way to see your profit or your losses increase as it just sneakily moves down and drifts or steams in, cooking you slowly like a crab in a pot. But yeah, so it's coming down now into nines, which looks like it's had some pretty strong previous resistance and support, but ideally don't want to have to wait for it to go there. So I'll maintain this position for now, but just wary of this drift here. This here is, let's see if I can get out of this first before switching too much attention, but there is some significant moves on some of the other selections. So there is a slight opportunity cost here in terms of, all right, do I stick and hold tight on this position to get filled and reduce the loss, or do I cut my losses at market and look at other stuff which is potentially shifting harder? There's no right answer to that. It depends on your trading style, but just be aware of the risks that you take and what the market could do. And you can't be angry when it, market will do what it's going to do. You can't be angry at whatever it does. You just got to manage around it. So I've got £47 estimated to be filled. That has been filled now. It has gone back in the direction that I wanted it to. So, if I held tight, I'd have probably been on profit or at least break even. But again, don't know what the fuck the market's going to do. So you've got to react based on what you see. I'm just going to red this up now, because the reason for that was if you're on YouTube and you skip back, you'll see that because these odds are so high, each tick when I was flat, or sorry, when I had an open position, I've still got 9p net stake on that. What's going on? Let me just oh no, Muppet, it's because it's greened up. So when I was in this previously and it had an open position, each of those ticks, the red up or the green up was substantially more per tick. So the reason I green or red it up at this point was because, in case it continued to run down much lower, my green up would have actually been, or red up, whatever, would have been more as it moves down. So seeing it go back into that resistance there, I thought, okay, let me just get out of that price where it's still predictable. But that's by the by. Just stop talking and see what's going on. So we've got the favourite here. It's hard to determine because the chart has been very erratic, but it looks like it's coming in again. So it's on a slight steam. Second favourite here had come in and it's just found support and is potentially moving off again. That could correlate to this steam coming in, but it's hard to read the exact numbers on this. Although it does look like it's punching above sevens. What else we got? Hmm. 12 minutes to the off, so always constantly keeping an eye on how much time is left, because the less time I have, the more risk there is. There's some money coming in I'm seeing on this one that look to be real. Could push this under twos again, which would mean a drift in one of these. So So we've seen this come into nines, so it's coming to that previous resistance, which was previous support. Now finding potential support here. So could be looking at a bounce on that, but certainly a breaker that might be worth considering on the short side. And you can see how my opinion on that's completely changed. I was bullish on that before because I came in, it was doing that, but now it's, you know, dynamics of it have changed, so my opinion has to change. Okay, that's broken its support. Is that shifting up? So I'm trying to build a position here based on the premise this is moving lower past 6, so it's broken 6. I think that was coming in out of the corner of my eye. So got quite a heavy position, tens. Let's see if we can get on the right side of this. So it is a heavy position, but I'm anticipating that this will hold, this previous support here at least will hold as new resistance, and it could punch lower past 6s again. It's a bit of a gamble because I can't see the nuances of this one in the in terms of the chart, but let's see. £10, 6. That movement there is kind of good because it's consolidated, but I need it to make kind of another impulse move towards its lows and attack those lows. So what's going to help that is this moving out. So we've got that seesaw action, this moving out, it will help push this in. But at the same time, can't be too greedy. So it's a balancing act. Just gonna, because I'm not seeing it happen. Actually, let me just move that down one. Just being, you know, playing on the side of caution here. So put in some closing orders. I've got £10 to lay off, a bit nearer to the price. Just to play defense, because this could be finding support before it moves higher, rather than doing what I want to do. Want it to do is move lower. But it has been some significant support previously and resistance, so it's currently, that's why it's struggling to move past that. And you can see that in the volume as well. This level that it's struggling past is around this 6.2, where the brunt of the volume's been matched. So there's at least good enough context to believe that that's going to act as decent resistance. But if it breaks, yeah, it's not good. This looks like it could be still drifting. What's the time? 8 minutes to the off. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I've got to lighten it slightly. Again, just I'm thinking of the downside here. If that does break resistance, this is my potential loss per tick as it goes up, which is quite heavy. And it did, like, it's broken significantly lower there, taking out all those prices, which is why it's good to have some orders outside of the money. But it's done what I've anticipated. Just trying to close out this final position here at profit. Okay, so did have this as an initial loss, but kind of compensated for that with this. That is just drifting like fuckery now, so that's going to help push this in. But I'm, you know, only got 7 minutes left now, so there's higher risk by me trying to take a new position now with less time to work with, and also jeopardizing the profits that I've already made. So my work here is done on this one, but oh, let me just green up. So equalize the profit across there. But yeah, I could have held out for, I took out a position just to lighten the risk slightly. But there's more potential. It done what I was hoping it would do, break that sixes and move lower. So I was on the right side of that. So can't be displeased with that. It's traded well. Let's have a look at the next one now. So what do we have? 16 minutes to the off. 16 minutes. So this one here, we've got a favourite at threes coming in, finding support, struggling to move much lower than that support, which I am anticipating is 3. It's 3.5. So a break of that could be significant, but it could equally just bounce. Got a second favourite here, drifting, finding support. It looks after of previous highs here, which is previous resistance. So it's come into that, which is that at fours? I have to zoom in. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's fours. So that's a good reference point of fours there. That's where the bulk of the action's at. So, and just a quick reminder, if you're on Twitch, this is something that I do on a daily basis. So it's just Mr. Exchange Trader, and then upload it daily to YouTube as well. Links in the profile. Find it useful, just give a like or a follow. So this looks like it could be finding that support off of fours. A break of fives here would help correlate that. So this moving lower, this moving higher. I don't want to be too expedient on that though. That's very strong support. Could be edging lower. Alright, it's a bit speculative, this one, because it hasn't really, I feel this could be edging lower, but it hasn't really it hasn't done it yet. So I'm preempting it rather than waiting for it to happen and then pulling back to get an entry. I'm preempting it, finding support and moving higher. Which means you can get a better price and then, a greater certainty of a fill, but also preempting it means that you are more likely to be on the wrong side of it. But yeah, we'll see what happens on this. So it's just waiting to get a fill on that, and also just keep an eye on this in case it breaks 3.5, which I may, get on the back of this, therefore cancelling these, or add to the position here if this moves off relatively fast. So yeah, there's a few things that could happen, but just ready for whatever eventuality might come. I'm trying not to lose money. 13 minutes to the off now. So yeah, even with it, this is a good thing in the time in these positions here. Even if it doesn't, punch higher to make higher highs, I could still make money of it off of it consolidating if I get a good enough position. So even if it just bounces around between that support and resistance, with a good enough entry, you can still steal a tick or two. $12 minutes. Just have another peek around, see what's going on. Just have a reorder in case anything's moved. This one's just catching my eye as well, and as it's coming into support at sevens, a break of sevens might be of interest. In fact, I think it has broken its support at sevens. Let's see if I can get a bit of a reading on this. So you can see how my attention is just split between multiple things, just trying to listen to what's going on in the market. I'm anticipating a break or a move higher on this. I'm positioned for that. In fact, that uptick there has not been helpful. I'm less confident on that. You can always, it's a good thing, you can always change your mind. If the market doesn't do what you anticipate, this has started to find support and move up, which is going to potentially move this lower. So some of the context for the entry on this has gone. So I just need to be, you know, keep wits about me as to what's happening. If I see signs of this getting bearish again, I might jump back in on this. But of course, I've lost my position on this now. If I want to go back in this, it's back of the queue. Back of the queue, son. So bearish on this, bullish on this, bearish on this. But just need to wait for the right conditions. Yeah, it did move off. I'm going to go back in a bit lighter this time. So I'm on the touch here, looking to get filled. I think this will be probably just stealing the tick if I do get a fill on it. Just seeing that break. Oh, shizer. Got in that. Okay, got some skin in the game, but that wasn't the price I wanted to get in at. So I've seen this start to move. So I've cancelled this one. So it's broken its support, which means it's likely to, you know, move down. I got in there. You saw I got in at a price there, but it wasn't the price I wanted to get in at. I got in at market. In fact, let me just scratch that. I wanted to get better value for money. So a price, you know, higher up, which didn't happen. I accidentally, as fat fingers, I got in at the wrong price. But you know, price never moves in one continuous straight line. It will extend and then pull back. So that's why I've kept these positions in here in the anticipation after the break it will pull back, allow me to potentially, you know, enter the position. So this pull back here, okay, so I'm in on this. This drifting now is going to help my position. So that was the original one that I wanted to get in on at 4s. So I need this to continue to find support at 4s and ideally break these highs. But more importantly, this to move lower, which is that kind of seesaw action. As this is moving in, sorry, as this moves out, this is going to move in. Just going to try and increase that a little bit, get a little bit more skin in the game. So 3.6, that's 355. Just take off some of that 355, cancel that one. So just trying to build a position on the premise that we could see this move a bit lower still. And so I've only got £2 or £4 now, £4 net stake. So I'm going to just put some partial exits in here. Should the price move down erratically, I'll keep these positions here in the anticipation they get filled. So it'll increase my risk, but give me, you know, a better. It's averaging down, so a better average price overall. Didn't get filled, but I'm still in profit. So that one's got filled, and just waiting for this one. May or may not get filled. So again, it's that interesting position where I want it to move down so I get my profit, but I still want it to, you know, pull back slightly so that my other position gets filled. Again, just listening to what's going on in terms of the price elsewhere. So it's finding support at this low again. You see it's kind of done a double bottom and it hasn't moved much lower. It hasn't moved lower to where my take profit was. Of course, that doesn't mean that it's always going to stay there, but in terms of probability, it means if I at least go for where the price has moved to previously, where it's found support, there's a good probability it's going to move into that support again, but less less likelihood, less possibility of it breaking. So smart thing there was just to play defense and move my position to support. I don't think I want that one in there. I'm gonna cancel that top one. So £2 net stake, 5 minutes. Ooh, okay. Got filled on that other position there. Gonna move this up further still. I'll be happy if that gets filled, fine, but I do need it to find resistance now for this level and move back down to get me out. I'll put that in there. So I need these highs to maintain as resistance, so it needs to pull back slightly. Attacking
This
these
event
lows
will start in 5 minutes.
Attacking these lows would be great. But of course I can't. I have to take what the market gets me. There's a difference between what I want and what the market does. The market will do what it does. Okay, has found strong resistance, gotten out part of that position, still got £2 left to fill. Reasonable position. £97 needs to be matched, just estimated. Could at this point just drag it up and take a profit. Just going to assess that. That might be a smart thing to do. But we'll see. We'll see if this starts to move. Seen some movements here, just at the corner of my eye. This moving higher, which would help this. Money here doesn't really seem to be shifting, and that is estimated as well. It's not exact, but it's still a good approximation. So holding tight for now, because the premise of staying here is still fine, because it's still at support. It's not like I'm saying, oh, the price has, like if I had it at 3s, I have got filled on it, but if I had it at 3s at that point, like at this point with 3.5 minutes to go, hoping that it's going to go to 3s, like that's just, you know, it's not impossible, but it's just outside the realms of what the market's telling me is likely to happen. So that, where I was holding it, it made sense. It was a risk move, but it wasn't risky, because, you know, the risk was, you know, it would move off, which was still very likely, but it wasn't risky. Holding it down here, hoping for something to happen, that's a risky move. So yeah, that's an important distinction, really, to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So I think that takes me just over, I think that takes me to profit on the day, actually, after a very rocky start. Oh, what? Hang on, I've got one that I haven't hedged on. Shit, did I hedge on that? Ooh, let's pay attention, mate. Faites attention, mon ami. I did not hedge. Oh no, I did. What's going on? No, I didn't. Muppet. Right. So, yeah, that could have just been all that hard work gone down the drain. Yeah, always remember to hedge. Or you just run, you know. I mean, there was no risk for me on that. I would have made whatever it was, 48p, if that favourite had come in, but I'd want to have a guaranteed profit regardless of outcome. So, next one. Dun, 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 dun. 20 minutes and a half until the off. So decent time to work with. 47 grand matched. Excellent. Tight enough book. Under 102%. Decent. Favorite here at freeze. Quite choppy. Finding support. These lows here. Resistance. These highs here. So it's just been bouncing in between those two. So could be looking to, go long off of this support or potentially look for it to break, which I think is 3.25. Let's get a better reading. It's just above 3.25. 3.3 maybe. So a break of that lower could be worth shorting. Second favourite here, obviously very choppy, finding support, arguably higher lows potentially and higher highs, but very subtle. But could be just looking to attack these lows here at around 6s. So that's a reference point on that. To be honest, I'm bearish on this one. It breaking this support, it looked like it could have actually punched lower than that. But I'd want to see some bullishness on some of the others. I mean, it's here. This is at support. That helps. But I prefer a sharp move upwards in one of these to go short on this. But let's see what we can see. Let's go in light. So I'm trying to build a position on the premise that this could continue to move lower. Did break its lows as speculated, but didn't have any skin in the game, so trying to enter. I can't fall in love with that either, just because that's just started to move down, so some decent signs of bearishness. Firstly, I don't really want to pay for it and get into the bottom and catch a falling knife. And secondly, I just want to be aware of what else might be happening to tell me that could be, the tides are changing and something is potentially pulling back or reversing. I mean, pulling back would be good because it will allow me to get into the position, but reversing is not what I want to see, where it's just, completely goes the opposite direction. So at the moment, I'm actually, speculating that there could be a pullback, a retrace, depending on whatever terminology you want to use. Pullback, retrace, correction, same shit. Just name isn't important as long as you know what you're looking at. Still bearish on this, but I need a decent price. Looking for a bargain. Okay, so it's moved into the touch. There's some gaps in the market in the price. That doesn't happen that often in a liquid market. But there's enough money matched on this anyway. 53 grand is decent. Still 18 minutes D off. So still got time to, if anything goes wrong, I've still got time to manage round. This is looking more promising in that it's pushing for its highs here at 7, which, a break of that could help this move lower. But also potentially going long on this is something that I would consider if this pierces through 7s. I'd want to see it first though. Or a sharp movement down in this would let me get on this or encourage me to get on this. But yeah, it's not confuse things too much. But again, just thinking of what could happen. So got filled on that. Some more money come through. Just going to try and build it at that level. So I'm just putting another position there. Put my exit order well out of the money there, just in case we see some sharp moves down. But I do like the way this is attacking this height, and it looks like it could have pierced it. See, I'm tempted to go on this and hold this position at the same time, because this is gonna this is gonna fly. Let's learn from my mistake today. Already had one where I just split my attention and doubled my risk. So got a second fill on that. Gonna put actually, what did I get on that? Free, both at free. So I'll try and steal a tick. Just play defense, protect that capital. So it's consolidating, which we could go either way from here. It could consolidate in the sense of, you know, just finding resistance here and then breaking that to move higher, or it could attack these lows again. Free, 4. An attempt at rinse and repeat here. Have to be careful because, you know, still relatively low volatility. So that's why I've been able to just scalp these with, you know, rinse and repeat of go into the market and take a position and then back then lay. But that predictability does, you know, nearer to the off. So this is a £10 stake, net stake I've got. So it's a heavy position, and there are signs of this just potentially reversing, but it is going into resistance. These previous lows here you've seen do have a likelihood of acting resistance, but that's all the way at 3.5, I think. So just need to be wary of that, but at the same time not too timid in the approach to the trade. So £2 I think they got matched. Which really wasn't, it was just reducing the position effectively. Oh no, I mean, no, actually it was stealing a tick because I did get a position at 3.35. So what do I want to do on this? Do I think this is going to continue to find resistance? Alright, going to move that up. £8 to net off. This is found resistance here. This is also fine. It's a bit tricky to read, actually. Yeah, the context of this is just changed. I'm just reduced some of the position there. I'm just, you know, considering what my risk is. I'm always thinking of this from, as much as possible, what's the downside? What could go wrong? What could fuck up? What could lose me money on this? And structuring the trade around that, rather than, I think what some people do is, you know, or I used to do, what can go right on this? What's the upside? Oh wow, you know, only risking this to get that potentially. So yeah, structuring it from what could go wrong is often a good formula to have. And, you know, by reducing the risk there now, I've got a bit more wiggle room in terms of my break even. And less risk should it go against me adversely. Still feel this is consolidating. Just less optimistic in the profit targets, which is why you see me just pulling up this take profit inch by inch, tick by tick. That's drifting hard, so that should help this move down. So it moved into it at the touch, but I didn't get matched. which is another important point. Not to, I'm using low stakes here, but some people I think can get overconfident with just demo trading or practice trading. But the problem with that is you've got no skin in the game. You might see the price move into it, but you don't get. But in reality, you wouldn't have been matched. So at least using low stakes, you can get a sense of whether the order was actually filled or not. I'm getting a feeling now that this is pushing for higher lows. You can see how it's come through, and it's actually edging through this resistance or previous support and edging through its resistance. So that's a bullish move, whereas before I was bearish. I'm just reacting to that really. So it means less profit, but protecting the capital. At least, lifted the trade another day. So I got filled on that. Not the greatest return, but it's not a loss. I prefer to get out a lesser profit, guaranteed, than, take a risky move or get angry at the market and lose money. So let's have a look. I'm just going to have a look at my P&L on the day. It's just having a look away from the screen for a sec. Oh, I'm actually in profit. Didn't even realise. All right, fair enough. So, again, if you're on Twitch and you want to see any of this, you re-watch this or see my progress. This is the 28th day I've done of this, just trading. Had some success is getting better, and looking to up mistakes more. But you can just find me on YouTube as well. See my progress on there. I have a playlist of all these trades, and then on Twitch it's just Mr. Exchange Trader. So I've got 7p pending, 5 to 7p pending, and that's it, isn't it? All right, let me just. Yeah, I didn't even realise I ticked into profit on the day. So I started the day with a loss at minus 6p, then another loss at minus 22p, then a break even, then a loss of 4p, then an 8p profit, then a 9p profit, then a 28p profit, then a 14 profit, and then whatever that last one was, 5p profit, let's call it. So that puts me about 32p profit on a day. So, this is another reason I keep saying, started the day with 4 losses in a row, but they were all they weren't out of kilter of what my typical profit would be. In fact, those losses have been a lot less than what previous losses have been, and didn't really let that deter me. Kept pretty much the same approach to trading, just so that I've got that consistency. So this is why, if you do find that you're losing trades, as long as you're sticking, to your rules that you've given yourself and trading within those parameters and not getting angry at the market, losses aren't really an issue. 17 minutes to the off. 17 minutes 45 seconds. Do I want to trade one more? I don't know. Should I? Oh, there's a whole 3 viewers on Twitch. They're wonderful. Let's put it to the crowd. It's more than usual. I think it's usually just me just watching myself on Twitch or on. Should I do one more trade? We've got 17 minutes. Yeah, some decent price action in this at least. Got the favourite coming in, drifted, which is correlated to this break of support here. So this has moved, steamed, and this is drifted. So these are inversely correlated, which is ideal. Looking for that inversely correlated relationship. And this has come back to sevens and it's now finding resistance. So a short of this might be apt. Alright. Try and build a position on going short on this. It's drifting hard. Oh, I've got a fill. So I've got some skin in the game. Price was okay. This is flattening out and finding support. I've got to play defense reluctantly. I was looking for more of a break, so that's why I had this all the way down here, but I've moved it up to a more conservative defensive position at support, just because we've got to pay defense. Got to protect the capital. And we just lighten that a bit, so taking off some of the money that was above this should it move higher. I'm okay to maintain this one. I'm alright with that. I would like a fill on this. Of course, got the opportunity here just to get out of break even. Pull this up, but I shall maintain this position, at least for now. Got to be wary that this has started to roll over, which is a potential bullish sign for this moving higher. In fact, I'm going to just take that off, reduce my potential risk. This is moving in, isn't it? So out of my periphery vision, I'm just looking at the movements on this. I'm wanting to see bullish movements, so moving up, which will help my position here. You can see on the charts here, it's kind of gone back into that previous support, or this low. It's not really support. It's just it's gone into its previous low and it's found resistance off of it. So it's that concept of previous support becoming resistance and vice versa. So it's struggling to move higher than sevens. So that's why I've maintained this 4 order here. So if this gets filled, it means that I can at least potentially get out, with a... those are sharp moves. Is there anything else moving? Just... 12 minutes see off. Yeah, still gonna maintain. So position 90 pounds needs to be matched. It's estimated £90 needs to be matched before my order gets filled. And this is pretty much, I'm probably looking at this as a scalp trade, so just to take a tick rather than anticipate massive moves lower. But This is a bit of a warning sign, but still I'm maintaining, just because there hasn't been any sharp moves, at least in this. This has moved out, which correlates to this move in, but yeah, the price on this one has just been sticky. It's just stubborn. 11 minutes C off, 109 grand matched. Wow, didn't even feel that much coming through, but yeah, there's money coming through on this. I started to move out, which has helped this move down at least a tick into this profit area here. It's a game of patience. Tis a game of patience. That's drifting hard. I'm hoping that will help this get filled. Moving out hard. It's probably going to help that break his support. So we'll leave this in just in case there's any retrace to help that. But I can't believe it's been so static. There must be something else that's just outside of view that's moved in substantially. So I got that filled. I will maintain this. This is slightly risky. It's just because I've got decent position Q. So by holding out on this, I am jeopardizing, you know, albeit a small profit I've got here. But there's still, you know, dynamics of this chart action, price action, that leads me to believe that this support could break, or at least, you know, pull back and then go back into that support, or move lower and then move lower. So I'm at the touch price here. And this has started to produce higher highs and higher lows. It's very nuanced because you can't really see it on this chart, but I can pick that out at least in that recent move. So £4 on a touch, 9 minutes left. See if we can get a fill. £125 grand. That is some decent volume. That chunk of money there. Wonder if that's real. It's gonna push this down potentially and push this up. So I got filled. Finally. Finalmente. So the plan is to scalp this for a tick. Just based on the way this is consolidated, this looks like it's actually punching lower. This has been producing some high, you know, movement higher. It's just that this is consolidated, so I'm betting, if you like, on it consolidating, but you know, ready to take out position. And I am jeopardizing my profit that I made. You know, that wonderful 6p. But it's always a balance between risk and reward, really. So 245 in this queue. 7 minutes to go. Still signs of it's hitting its resistance and not moving higher than it. Got a good reference point as 7s. So I think at least at this point, although there's risk involved, it's not super risky. In terms of the probability of the return, you know, it's going against me slightly here, but even if it does and I have to get out a loss on this, I'm, well, so far happy with the way that I've traded. So it's breaking new highs now, so that gives me less confidence that it's going to pull back to, you know, attack these lows. But yeah, you've got to take some risks, but just within reason. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. So I've moved this up slightly now to a reduced profit. In fact, what my original work had done, 5p profit, and we'll see if we can get out of that. If not, need to manage it differently. Five minutes 53 seconds to the off. £124 needs to be matched before I do, or thereabouts. That's a sharp move down. That could see this punch higher. Yeah, just awareness of what could happen. No reason to move off just yet and incur a loss, but at the same time, can't be too headstrong. Have to be.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
Willing to take a loss. So 5 minutes. There's going to be more money coming in now. So these, orders might be taken up quicker. So there's a lot of money piling up to potentially push this down. Got a decent Q position on this at least. So let's see if we can get matched. You can see, going back to the charts, it's what was previous support has now become support again. It's come back into this, but producing higher highs and higher lows. So that's a bullish potential move. But hey, it's by the by, I'm out of it. So it's greened it up weird again. So I've got potential 10p on that, or 5p on the other ones. So yeah, I think that's enough for today, really. It's been interesting day, starting with some losses and making those back to turn a profit on the day. But appreciate you watching, guys on Twitch. Again, for those of you watching on YouTube, it's just Mr. Exchange Trader here every day, trading live UK horse races around midday, and then upload same day within a few hours to YouTube as well. And on YouTube, you've got the playlist of all my previous days trading. So this is the 28th day of doing this, and looking to up my stakes relatively soon this month. But as you can see from today, there's a few things that need to just be ironed out. I mean, I was trying a few things with multiple selections at the same time. Didn't go well this time. Doesn't mean it's not worth kind of exploring further down the line, but that's one of the beauty of working at lower stakes. You can experiment with these types of things. But all in all, it looks like the profit on the day is probably going to be, what's that, 5p waiting to clear? 2 5p ones. Sod it, let's call it 10p. About 10p looking to clear, and then already 20. So it's about 37p on the day. Profit, yeah, down from my normal. Look to make £1. Typically above £1 with these types of stakes, but that would translate, scaled up. If that was bigger stakes, then £50 to £100 would be a good goal. But yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow around about midday for some more trading. So thanks so much for watching, and see you later. Bye.